that I would be here with you tonight in this position. And I'm going to ask you to do what every mother of 2 young children really wants you to do, which is look very closely at my midsection. Gonna make it easier for you. Okay, Lindsay, this is choral reading. Okay, so I'm gonna ask everybody to read what you see on the screen in front of us together. Check. This was some kind of shirt to wear on this day. This is a movement in our district, and it began several years ago after we tragically lost a student. His friends partnered with our leadership class and our sponsor, Tavonda Palmer Harvey, to create a scholarship in that student's honor. Their idea was simple. We can't know what other people go through simply by looking. We can't know each other's stories without asking and without listening. The You Don't Know My Story movement lives on in our community. Students and families still sell t-shirts to fund the annual scholarship. Our creative writing and advanced drama classes present the You Don't Know My Story monologues every spring to grow our appreciation of each other's struggles and our triumphs. We have 2 alumni wearing the shirts here, but you can see those shirts everywhere in our district and as far as New York City. The thing that's special about this, appreciating each other's stories is something that has seeped into our community's culture. You can feel it when you walk through the halls. We impact one another's stories, and our students, family, and staff recognize it. So on that note, my community is my story, and I want to introduce several members of it to you tonight. With us, we have Kaylin Wooten and Kimberly Kamani, who are our president and our vice president of our school social justice club, the Game Changers. I won't make you stand, but will you wave? We are also joined by our student school board representative, Terrence Clark III. And several alumni who survived my class, Destiny and Savannah Wilson, and Jessica and Sophia Murillo. I hope that you'll get the chance to speak with them this evening. Sorry. And listen to the stories that they have to share. Some other notable alumni are celebrating with us from St. Louis tonight. My friends and fellow graduates of Rittner who have been with me from my earliest chapters. So out there in TV land, thank you Danny, Lee, Sarah, Kim, Amanda, Eleni, and An. It's been an honor. My own story begins long before I met my students, long before I met my friends, with my grandparents, Richard and Sherry on the left, and Benigna and Engelberto on the right. Though they came from very different places, southern Illinois and central Mexico, their stories overlap to create mine. My maternal grandparents, Richard and Sherry, had 3 girls, with my mother, Dana, there in the middle. My grandfather worked many different jobs to support his family. He was a soldier, a police officer, a coal miner, and an over-the-road truck driver. During union strikes, my grandmother's garden helped feed their family. She scrubbed floors to send their 3 children to college, and they were the first in their family to attend. They live in St. Louis now and should be listening from home tonight. Hi, Mama. Hi, Papa. Across a hemisphere, my father's family was writing their own story. There we go. These are pictures of my father, my aunts and uncles, and my great-grandparents in their village in Jalisco, Mexico, in the mountains outside Guadalajara. When my father was a child, my grandparents, Benigna and Engelberto, chose to bring their family to the United States. They arrived first in Los Angeles, then in Chicago, where my grandfather worked in the steel mills. My abuelita should be listening from Chicago this evening. My abuelo passed in 2019. This is the part that I'm most nervous about. Buenas noches, mil gracias, abuelita. Mil gracias, abuelo. Nunca puedo expresar mi gratitud por los sacrificios de mis abuelos y las luchas de mis tíos en un país nuevo. Escribieron una vida nueva por nuestra familia. I can never express the gratitude that I have for the sacrifices of my grandparents and the struggles of my aunts and uncles in a new country. They wrote a new life for our entire family. From that village and from that small town in Illinois, all of my aunts and uncles reached new opportunities. My father attended McMurray College thanks to the hard work of his family, where he met my mom, Dana. Oh, too far. Saved. They are here this evening helping keep the wonderful terrors of my life under control, and they deserve applause for that, first of all. And you also deserve applause for not permanently grounding me as a teenager. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. You both navigated being the first in your family to do some pretty big things, and you just had a sassy teenager in your house as thanks. I appreciate you, and I could not do what I do without either of you. So, my story would also be a lot shorter, so thank you. College was more than an opportunity for my parents to meet. In one generation, it took the hard labor of my grandfathers in the coal mine and the steel mill and transformed it into careers in engineering, pharmacy, medicine, business, retail, finance, and more. The 33 cousins in my generation have all had the opportunity to attend college or to choose our own careers, something that was unimaginable 2 generations ago. Skipping some of the very embarrassing parts in the middle, my story brought me back to my alma mater, Rittner High School, where I have taught for the last 11 years. I became a teacher because of my teachers. I wanted to give back to the community that grew me. Even more, I want to show our next generation what is possible. Quiero ser un espejo en el que mis alumnos pueden verse a sí mismos y sus éxitos. I want to be a mirror in which my students can see themselves and can see their success. All of those people who shaped me as a teacher, including my incredible mentors, department, and district, are represented tonight by Drs. Chris Kilbride, Mike LaChance, Jana Haywood, Patricia Clausen, Lindsay Hawkins, our Board of Education members, Jennifer Lonis and Penny DeGarden, our Director of Professional Development, Evelyn Gilliam, and my colleague, Ron Steinschreiber. So thank you all for making the journey here to celebrate. My colleagues from Rittner NEA, who are pictured in here as well, have taught me volumes about advocacy, leadership, and the history of our amazing profession. I'm grateful to welcome my union siblings, and most especially my wing woman and Rittner NEA Vice President, Amy Metz. She's in the picture where we're both very sweaty and with children right in there. But we have written some amazing chapters together. Thank you, Amy. We have a great text thread going too. I also must recognize 2 people who are responsible for 49% each of my teacher self, Dr. Rena Hirsch and Leanne Vest. Thank you for your endless patience, guidance, and friendship from way back when I was a baby teacher. The teachers who will be with me on the next steps of my journey, the growing family of Missouri Teachers of the Year, including finalists, semifinalists, and all of our regional teachers. Thank you all for your guidance and your partnership and all of your work so far and everything that we are going to experience together. We will figure it out along the way. My story and my thanks would be incomplete without my husband, Matthew, and our 2 children, Oliver and Daniel. Our family is definitely the comedic relief in my story, but you are also the parts that I could read over and over. Like one of our favorite bedtime stories. You are mis arcoíris, mis estrellas brillantes, mis luces de luna, mis alegrías, mis dulces amores. I love you. Thank you. So, what is my story? What is a story? My story is about community. It is about learning and connection, and most definitely laughter. Es una historia de familia, trabajo duro y sacrificios. It's a story of family, hard work, and sacrifice. It's a story about fate. It's a story about a deeper meaning behind the patterns that we see. And there's power in stories. They are how we understand, and more importantly, how we shape our world. I don't know your story. Not everyone's, not yet. But as I begin to serve as your 2023 Missouri Teacher of the Year, I am deeply honored to get to learn it. Thank you.